Well, since today is Old Partners Day, it is my pleasure to introduce another old partner, Senator Jeff Flake. When Jeff served in the House, we took on the earmark wars, and as I recall, we lost every single battle, but we won the war. And we have lost a number of battles in fighting for the Constitution, but we will win this war. And I know of no happier warrior for the cause of freedom and liberty than Senator Jeff Flake, my friend from Arizona. Senator Flake.
Well, thank you, Jeb. I have to correct that. Of all the hundreds and hundreds of times we went to the floor to challenge earmarks, we did win one. There was one vote that came, but the war followed, and we did get rid of legislative earmarks. Now the problem is what goes on in the executive branch and with the agencies. And I will not try to go over what has been gone over so well by Mike Lee and Jeb Hensarling, two of my legislative heroes here. But let me just talk about regulations for a minute. Jeb talked about the power of the purse and how to get our Article 1 authority back. If anybody wants to know how bad it's gotten in terms of what the executive branch is able to do, is look at the publication, Federal Register. It's published Monday through Friday. It runs anywhere from 100 to over 1,000 pages every day. It's comprised almost entirely of newly noticed regulations. It is an alarming snapshot of Washington's bureaucracy growing, and it's a sad chronicle of Congress's ever-diminishing role in the governing process. On average, more than 4,000 new regulations come into effect each year. Another 2,700 are proposed. These are crafted by unelected bureaucrats and administration-run agencies. And we have to change this equation. As Jeb mentioned, the power of the purse is really the way to do that. There is no way that we can win the political battle when we only have one bill at the end of the year and have an up or down vote. You simply lose any leverage you have. And we've got to get back to when we pass appropriations measures one by one, and therefore can have some reign over the the regulatory process. Let me just give you two brief examples of how bad it's gotten. I'm from Arizona. We sometimes have dust storms that roll through. They completely come in and you can't see your hand in front of your face for a while. These dust storms have been coming through Arizona for decades and centuries, probably millennia. My family has been in Arizona for 5 generations. These dust storms have always been there. But now they are regulated as if they were somehow a man-made phenomenon. And every time a dust storm rolls through Maricopa County, the cities and governing entities, the county, spends hundreds of thousands of dollars to convince the EPA that was a so-called exceptional event and not as a result of pollution that occurs from man-made sources. The EPA knows this, but still we have to go through the exercise every time one of these dust storms occurs, and they occur frequently every couple of weeks in the summertime. Another example, in northern Arizona, there's a power plant, a coal-fired power plant, that powers a good chunk of, most of that power is used to pump the water from the Colorado River that feeds a lot of central Arizona. Very important source of power for us. It complies and has been made to comply with every EPA mandate out there in terms of clean air at great expense to the ratepayers and the people of Arizona. But the EPA came and said that's not good enough. We want to look at visibility, even though there was no congressional prerogative or no law that said that. They said we want to make sure that it's not negatively impacting visibility in the national parks, like the Grand Canyon. Now, so they conducted some studies and found that that even after spending billions of dollars, there would not be a perceptible change in any visibility standards. The wind typically blows the other way. But that didn't stop them. And so they're looking for ways to shut this power plant down, and that's what they've chosen to do. So these agencies are certainly out of control. Congress needs to reinvigorate, and I can see no better way than for us to have a project like this. And I commend Mike Lee and others for envisioning this, and for Hillsdale for hosting today. And it's a pleasure to be with so many people here that I know and admire and respect on this issue. So thanks for having me here.